on? It is another week, another edition of For the Love of Wrestling. This is a Flow Show. It is yours truly, Kwency Jones Go, the maker and breaker of kayfabe himself in the building next to the young American dream, you know, the hip hop Paul Heyman, if you will. You know what I mean? Willin' and Dylan, Kiss Stealing, Young Baca. What's going on, sir?
Yeah, so I think I used to say that. So we do this thing called the Tattoo Series.
Yeah, I saw you had you put up a flyer for that actually.
Yeah, so we do it every Thursday night.
That's what it was. Yeah,
it's an IG show. So it's a hip hop show that's just for IG. It's socially distant. Everyone has to
which is super smart because I saw everyone's stuck in the house on their phone anyways. You might as well broadcast. Yeah.
So you have to wait outside the tattoo shop. When it's your turn to come up, you walk in, you perform, and then we interview you afterwards. But me and Lego always off the show. We just chop it up for maybe 10 minutes just about what's going on, what we got coming up. We make some jokes. And I used to always say the American Dream, Kiss Stealing and all this stuff. But I think I have to take out Kiss Stealing out of my vocabulary in 2021, right?
I don't know.
Kiss Stealing implies that you are forcing yourself on somebody.
Does it?
Well, you tell me what is Kiss Stealing. When you think of Kiss Stealing, what do you think?
Kiss stealing, to me,
like I'm stealing a kiss.
I get that old school notion of like, oh, you rascal, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but or like, you know, a little dirty scoundrel. But I feel you because like Ric Flair's ways would not play at all during this time. Like, I totally understand because it's like.
So I feel like kind of like, you know, it's
the stories you hear, you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. He was on a plane, and he just exposed himself to everybody,
bro. Yeah, you know, but it's you know, but the locker room's soft now. You know what I mean? It's just
well, you know, I enjoyed when the locker room had knives and guns.
It's too much pretty.
Shooting up, you know what I'm saying?
Too much pretty. You know what I mean? Shooting up
video games.
You know, I 1, 2, 3 kid on Soma's rolling over in a freaking restaurant full of cops.
He
good
misses
stuff.
What got misconstrued is he misses, like he's trying to. Everyone's soft now. Everyone's. You know, you can't say this, you can't do that. He likes it when men were men, and I understand.
You know what it is? All the wrestlers now, and I say this as part of that contingent, they're nerds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, I mean, a lot of people who love wrestling, I'm not saying we're all nerds, but it's a nerdcore type of community.
It is a type of, yeah.
So, and the thing is, I've been to shows where there's people who go to shows and pay money, and they're quiet, bro. It's insane. Yeah. Like, they don't interact. They're just there to watch. You'll ask them about their shirt. They don't even want like a guy will walk in. Like what guy you know walks in purposely with a Bullet Club shirt and just is not about the too sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just I've been around. So it's like I'm like there's a bunch of those guys who had nothing really going for them socially, and then they came out socially as they got like a transformation. They got really into wrestling. This is what I want to do. And I'm gonna carry this on until, you know what I mean? It's like
they make that the whole personality. Like
I mean,
like me and you, we enjoy wrestling, we love wrestling.
No, but yeah, we branch out. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean
that make it a whole personality.
I mean, obviously with this show and my show, it is a big part of what I do now. Yeah. But I mean, like it's not like it's only feels 24/7 because it's fucking almost every goddamn day they have a show. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't control that. that. You know what I mean? The people want to hear what we got to say about it, but
and
you know
there's nothing wrong with wrestling, man. You know.
No, I mean it's funny because you know that's one thing we got to bring up too. We got to actually like invite like some sort of female representation on the show to get the other side of this because because there's always been that I forgot who there was somebody who was. Do
you know women in your life that enjoy wrestling?
I've had a few that I've turned like I've like they started watching.
But did they like wrestling because they liked you? That's a big different story.
I'm not going to say that wasn't a part of it, but there was times where it shocked me some of the things that they would say. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're actually getting it.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? You're actually enjoying this.
Like
you know
I know
what I mean?
women. There's women I follow on Instagram that are into wrestling that live in England or like live in Wyoming. But I don't.
Yeah, they don't live in America.
I don't know any women that enjoy wrestling.
If they do, that's because they probably watch like NASCAR and shit too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, I got a few updates for you, man.
Sweet.
On some people, and these are actually all your favorite people, kind of. Actually, we'll see how it goes. But first and foremost, we actually got a small update on Andrade. You know, he hasn't been seen in like.
My compa, ¿cómo estás?
So it says he hasn't been seen on WWE television for quite a while. His last match was in October. of 2020 against Angel Garza, who beat him in 3 minutes. I guess that people said they were still waiting for him to return. He was supposedly going to get drafted to either brand, but it never happened. As you know, we usually talk about, or like, I don't know why he wasn't even part of the draft. But also worth noting is he wasn't even listed as like an alternate
for the Royal Rumble. I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn. So and then, like, I was like,
he
fuck.
wasn't even in consideration, right? They
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
bring up his name.
Like, let alone if he was even in the building to even see
Yeah.
if he was. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole other thing too. It's like they don't even know if he's been at home or if he's actually been at taping. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, that guy's talented.
You go out with a white woman, your life goes down the train, Quincy. I think
But
that's
I don't know,
the
but
moral of the story.
But is it different when your last name's Flair and you look how they push her?
Yeah, you would think that he would get a rub. It seems like he's getting punished for it.
I don't know. It's weird. That dude is talented. I mean,
he's super talented.
Like I've been saying before, I know you don't watch NXT all the way, but are you familiar with Legado del Fantasma?
Yeah, I am familiar with it.
If they're have him pop up and join that shit, you know what I mean, or take it over. Or
it seems like NXT could use some star power as well. Why wouldn't you put him?
Yeah, it's been more or less kind of the same people.
Yeah,
moving around the same.
So he must have done something. If they're not even considering putting him in the Royal Rumble, if they don't even push him back on NXT. They don't out with the most pushed woman in history of wrestling.
There's no effort to sign him to any brand in the draft. There's no effort to even.
He must have done something.
There has to be. I don't know, man.
Because they were high on him for a long time.
Were they? I mean, I feel like Vince. I've heard the stories of Vince and that whole.
Yeah, he thought he was the next Eddie Guerrero, but if you give somebody
he was also
you're high on him.
He was also on him about his English too. He was really on him about the English thing when he was on SmackDown.
You know, Asuka's not the best.
No, and the thing is like I think she's an exception because she's so animated and entertaining. It's like
you're right. She is animated. She communicates with just the way she moves and the mannerisms and everything like that.
Yeah. You know, so it's like she kind of gets away with it, but like, but you know, speaking of someone that did something or didn't do something, or you know, we didn't find anything there, quote unquote. Another update is Velveteen Dream. Triple H had a you know, they always have those little media scrums right before the big takeover. You gonna watch it? You gonna watch Vengeance Day?
I am gonna watch Vengeance. I am gonna watch. That's how I'm spending my Valentine's Day. That's how you see how everything's going over here.
Hey, I feel you. What are you doing? You throwing some steaks on the grill? I see you be cooking, bro.
Man, I gotta eat, man. You know, you don't get this fat body by not eating.
No, you gotta. You mean this healthy healthy body? You know what I mean? Gotta get those healthy eating.
Steak is an easy thing to make if you can figure it out. Figure out, you know, what type of seasoning to put on it.
I was about to say, like,
it's
more about what you want to, how you want to prepare
exactly,
it.
Exactly. And then I like mine medium, like really on the low side of medium. You know, I don't keep it into that long. And you know, I've been cooking.
Yeah, I don't like mine too dark.
I've been cooking steak for about probably 6 years now. So I think I finally got it figured out, man. You melt some butter. You put some garlic in it. You pour the butter.
And the garlic is definitely key.
The garlic's 100%. Everything, man.
Yeah.
The garlic's everything. So what happened with Velveteen? Man?
Yeah. They were asking. Again, you know, these media scrums. They always ask. There's always like these podcast host or little YouTube show host that squeeze in the controversial questions because, you know, he's on the spot. He got to answer the questions. You know, they have like I believe sometimes they'll have the shareholders listening in and all that shit too.
Well, they have an annual shareholders meeting, right? I think they do it every quarter.
Yeah, but in this instance, they were asking about like what's going on with Velveteen Dream. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we have, you know, he hasn't been seen in a while since he was I guess in December he lost a match against Adam Cole. I think I remember that. Yeah, that was like a one-off like television thing. That was even like a feud. But no, yeah, he said there's really nothing to add with Velveteen Dream. We gone over it a million times. Mm-hmm. Status update, he's still training. He had a little bit of a physical thing here for a bit, whatever the fuck that means. But still,
injury, right?
I don't know. I mean, I remember there was some other story that it seemed bogus, but it was like he had a car accident around the same time all this shit was going on. So I don't really know. But it says he's still here, still with us, still in the PC, still training, still on the roster. And he's sounded
super young, right? He's like 23, 24.
I want to say so.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I had to say maybe no older than maybe 24, 25.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
but yeah, and then they also asked him about Pat McAfee.
Yeah, let's
Which
do it.
yeah, I was gonna say, which I know you'd be very vested in. You know what I mean? It said that he worked us. You know, because they were saying that they weren't gonna use him on TV.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. But Triple H says he's a busy dude. We've been talking about it. He said, look, give me a moment to breathe when the Super Bowl is over.
Yeah.
He just got married not too long ago. He's like, if I don't take a breath for a minute after the Super Bowl, I might not be married much longer. He said, my words, not his. I think he just needed to take a breather. So,
well, he's blowing up. His podcast is extremely popular. The Super Bowl is a huge time for him. Stuff like that.
Well, I mean, anything that's going to be related to the sport
Yeah.
of his his origin. Yeah, he definitely going to be all over that. And I mean, again, like before I really knew who he was or where his background was, I used to see him, on the pre-shows for WWE, and I always thought, yeah, this guy's a character. There's something to him. You know what I mean? And they've tried a few times with different people. But I didn't know who his background was. Like, I just thought he was like a personality that they found to, host some of the segments and stuff like that. I mean, he had a little bit of a Mark Madden feel to me from, a la WCW for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, when I get to know his background and then you see, the stuff that he's done, yeah, I mean, he's
you got a little bit of respect for the kid, right? A little bit of respect.
No, I never didn't have respect. It's a certain. I feel like just the way he went about going to getting his heel heat. I'm like, God, that's so cheap, though. I'm like,
that's why it's called cheap heat, man. That's why it's so effective.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's such a cheap way to go about it.
But I feel like him being just a bigger name, like he's so much more creative than that. He's much more creative than. Are you internet fans? I'm like, dude, we hear that all the time. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not going to bother us. Like. It is what it is. Like, I mean, Triple H is. I remember Triple H did that whole thing. He's like, this fan wrote me on Twitter.
Yeah.
This fan named Mark.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're gonna stop watching the network. I was like, damn. Like, yeah, this is hilarious because this is the shit that you actually read on the timeline. As you're like, yo, you're gonna watch it because you're invested enough to still complain about it and hope to see that something changes. But no. You just want something to argue about. Some people just want something to argue about, man.
How afraid are you of the Shaq match that's going to happen in a couple weeks? You're not looking forward to it, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be bad.
I don't know if afraid is the word. Mortified, possibly.
I think the TNT cross promotion is starting to hurt AEW a little bit because now they have to factor in all these people. So now you have to bring in. Do
you think it's like a case of that they feel like they have to, or do you think they're trying to be inclusive to play ball?
No,
because
that's why it's going to be on Dynamite and not on the pay-per-view because TNT is doing all this cross promotion. They want the payoff to be on their network. It's definitely a partnership and definitely a relationship.
Yeah, but I guess
it does feel a little WCW, right? Like
for me, I'm like, look, this isn't Rodman and Hogan versus DDP and Malone,
But it is one of your top stars with a storyline.
It's Cody against Shaq, but it's like my thing with that is it's like, look, dude, like let's not all pretend that Shaq is mobile. And as active,
Shaq's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
No, 100%. But I'm not taking that. But from how long ago? He's still today one of the greatest. Kayfabe to the side. Cody Rhodes and Shaq in a fight. Who do you put your money? They're in the ball. They're drinking too much. Okay, like size.
I bet my life on Shaq that he'll beat his ass.
If Shaq throws a punch,
if he lands one of those,
100%. But if Cody goes for the legs, bro, come on.
Come on.
You don't think if he can manage to duck and chop block Shaq,
Shaq is 7'5", 5,000 pounds.
That's why we got to chop him down.
You're nuts, man. Did you ever see that clip where he swung on Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
So he swings on Barkley and he missed by a couple inches. If that landed, Barkley would have brain damage for the rest of his life, man.
Yeah,
I think you've been watching a little bit too much wrestling, Quincy. If you think that Cody Rhodes has any chance of beating Shaq in an actual fight,
is that what I said?
Yeah, you're trying to fix it up.
I said Shaq better not miss and watch his legs. That's all I said.
Nuts, dude. I mean, so who is Shaq gonna come in and put Cody over?
See, that's my thing. Is like Shaq is just like I got respect for Shaq. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Lakers. I'm a Lakers kid, man. Like I grew up on the whole dynasty. Like for sure. I ain't got no disrespect for Shaq. I'm just worried about how this is gonna look. I feel like this is gonna hurt more than help.
Yeah, 100%.
Visually, like I don't see Shaq being able to really go.
Yeah.
Wrestling wise, I mean, I don't know what his cardio level is like. I don't know what he does on a daily basis. I don't know what he's. I mean, I did say that I don't think he's active. I don't mean it like he's like just sitting on the couch all day. I'm sure he's doing a lot because he has a bunch of jobs, a bunch of commercials. Like he has investments. I know he got shit popping. So I'm not taking nothing away from Shaq, but is he gonna be able to take a bump? This guy's 7 foot.
He's not gonna be able to take a bump.
You know what I'm saying?
Go down and, but that's what I'm saying. What's the point of this? What's the payoff?
That's what I'm trying to figure out as well.
Like, it's gonna look
what
awful
does it do
if he destroys Cody, right?
It's not gonna make people be like,
if Cody like
Shaq. Shaq is a great pick because he's so likable.
Yeah, and
he's university loved. People know him whether just by being a correspondent or from being active in the NBA. From even people who just only know him from the Adam Sandler movies, would be a real small group, but he got that connect, right?
Well, like kids that never saw him play basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
All they know is from the Sandler movies. Yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense. But
and the housewives that just know from the general commercials as well,
It's like exactly right. Like the icy hot and in the general, you know what I mean? Him rebuilding the brand that is Papa John's. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Twism. If we're gonna get really active in it.
I don't know what Twism is.
The clothing line. We're talking about the Shaq Fu video franchise. You know what I mean? We're getting playing, but that's early Shaq, early Shaq. Fushnick album tours. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Shaq's a great rapper, man. You Can't Stop the Rain 2009. After this, I want you to go listen to it. It's one of my
playing
favorites.
On the east side, even though I like playing on the west side.
Crazy, dog. It's crazy. It's unbelievable how good of a rapper that Shaq is, and he doesn't get his credit for it. You know what I'm saying?
Shaq, I like Shaq.
Yeah, I like Shaq.
I don't want
him once he knocks out your boy Cody and gets the 1-2-3 pin.
No. I don't want Shaq to get hurt, and I'm not saying someone's going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Whether he takes a bump or he gets potatoed because it's the heat of whatever happens, I don't want him to get hurt. You know
what's the payoff? Does Cody
and
do
that
a job
too,
for
like,
Shaq?
The only payoff is that Shaq could say, I finally got to wrestle.
Yeah, but he takes the loss to Cody.
I don't see Shaq. Do you think Shaq loses?
Exactly. So what happens? He's going to beat Cody Rhodes.
No,
one of AEW's top stars.
No, Jade's going to beat Red Velvet.
Yeah,
that's how they're going to play that.
That makes sense.
That's how I believe it's going to go down.
That's why you include those two, right?
Well, I mean, there has to be an out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shaq can take if he takes the loss, and having Ernie and Charles and Kenny talk shit on him, like he can take that. That's what they do, right?
Yeah.
But again, what's this for? What's all this for? You know what I'm saying?
Cross promotion TNT. That's exactly what it's for.
And I guess because of playoffs and the All-Star game, so yeah, they got major events popping up. So I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
WWE's doing the same thing with Fox. They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah. WWE's in bed with Fox and NBC now. It's unbelievable.
Let me ask you about that. I mean, and I do have one last question before we get out of here.
I am a true capitalist. I believe you should try to make as much money as you can.
I'm not against that concept because you just don't know.
You got $1 billion from.
I'm not a greedy. I'm not a greedy.
Fox.
I'm not a greedy person, but I feel like you just never know what may happen, right? You don't know what you may need something for. You may need like. I just like to be practical. You know what I'm saying? Safe would be another word to say, but the thing is, I heard that they're looking to, they just made what $1 billion or $2 billion or something like that.
Fox got $1 billion from NBC, man. Vinnie Mac.
But if they're making $1 billion off this network deal, I heard that they're still going to be letting people go again.
I heard right now because I was watching some highlights because I haven't watched wrestling in a week, so I don't want to come up here unprepared. But they're not going to give any bonuses to any of the employees on their down.
Because of the network,
because the pandemic, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean,
but it was the most profitable year.
I mean, there is no. When you think about it, where the bonus is coming from, no one's selling merch.
Yeah,
well, I mean online. I guess online.
Selling much. My boy Bad Bunny selling a whole bunch of merch, man.
Yo, tell me what. Okay, so
top 5.
I didn't even know he had a shirt. I was on WWE Shop the other night looking because I was like, oh, y'all got $14 tees. I'm like, oh, I might get that head of the table.
You got those emails, right? I always get those emails.
Yeah. And I finally
buy one get one $1.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo,
I finally checked it out.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll get that head of the table joint. And then I was like, oh shit. I was like, Bad Bunny has his own shirt. I was like, damn, they're And I ain't gonna lie, the fact that they're using him so much, it's crazy. They must have an open. You think that he doing it off of love, or they got an open checkbook for him?
I'm sure they gave him a whole bunch of money, but it's one of his passions because he always
talks
about wrestling. He always raps about wrestling.
I was surprised to see him back, like what, a second and third time?
Yeah, man. So Bad Bunny had the number one. He had the number one selling T-shirt. He had the number two selling merchandise item, which was a sweater.
Damn, move over, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah. Number three for the week was the women's Bad Bunny T-shirt. Number 4 was the kid size Bad Bunny T-shirt, and then number 5 was Roman Reigns head of the table T-shirt. Those were the top 5 sellers.
So you had families buying whole like their whole fam shirts, pretty much.
Well, the women love Bad Bunny, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you got the men, the men's size, the women's sizes, and the kid, you're like, yo, we buying
the hoodie too. Yeah, they got the whole joint, man.
Hoodies, man, it's been heat. Oh, not over here. I was gonna say.
Yo, it's 37 degrees in Houston right now.
I was about to say,
I'm getting a little worried because I'm in Houston next weekend.
Geographically, yeah. I forgot you got the pour up.
Couple of H down throw.
Couple, that's what it is. Couple of H
down, man. Yeah. So, what was your last question before we get out of here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you first before there's been these rumors that NBC, you think they're gonna buy WWE or look to do so
that's a lot
in the future?
That's a lot of money. But if you're Vince McMahon, if you dedicate your whole life to this thing, I mean, wouldn't you want to keep it in the fam?
I would.
He doesn't need more money.
If I'm him, and from the stories I hear, he's real particular, which is why he hasn't let anyone else take the reins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why would you give it up now?
You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm sure there's other people who probably approached him about buying it before.
100%, yeah.
You know, and it was a no, so it's like.
But you dedicate your whole life to this thing.
I was gonna say, like,
life is dedicated.
You think he's looking for a retirement plan? I mean,
but he doesn't need any more money. The guy just got 2 $1 billion checks.
But you said, but he wants it. Like
I think he enjoys.
He's been wanting to be a billionaire for a while. And he was one, and then he went back down, and then he's been trying to get back.
Well, because he was giving $1 million away every Monday night.
There was that, but he lost a lot of money.
He lost a lot in XFL.
That's what it was. Twice. Yeah, that's what. I was like, I know he lost something on something, but.
And then remember he had what was the gosh, man.
You're talking about the bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, the bodybuilder thing. They say he lost a lot of money on that.
That was real early too. That was real.
He doesn't need money. Why would he sell it? You dedicate your whole life to this. Wouldn't you want to keep this in your family?
I mean,
it could go on forever. Hunter gets it, then
I was gonna ask,
kids get it.
Would you give it to Hunter and Steph, or?
Well, I think he's still. I think it's in the estate. It's in the estate. And they're on the board. That's how that's how big companies do it. So Stephanie will be on the board, Shane will be on the board, Hunter will be on the board. I'm sure there'll be a few other people that we really don't know about, but they'll be on the board and they'll be in charge of.
I'm sure Vince is going to make sure some of his guys are on that board, like Bruce Pritchards and
exactly
those kind of guys. Yeah,
I mean, but I think he just rides out till he dies. I don't think Vince is going away anytime soon.
No, I mean, even if he was, he'd still show up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He'd still show up.
Isn't his mom like 102 or something like that?
Dude, it's crazy because I believe him and Undertaker, the two probably the oldest guys that we know in wrestling, like their mother are both still
going and hundreds, right? It's crazy.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, well, both these guys got that moolah, so they're probably making sure that they're all good. You know what I'm saying? Health-wise and all that. But last question here, man. I know last week we were talking about these potential Road to WrestleMania storylines. I know you had to duck out early, but it was me, myself, Mac Lowe, as well as Brian Andrew, who obviously conspicuous by his absence. Shoot. Oh, man, he turned the lights out on him.
Oh, you know what? I figured it out last time. There you go. There you go.
There he goes. Oh, okay. He was trying to get his model face on.
Yeah, so let me switch this real quick.
No, you good. We can see it.
Whatever, it's fine.
But, we were talking a little bit about, obviously we were still trying to figure out how we would be able to book Roman and The Rock at Mania possibly this year if Edge doesn't pick Roman. If we don't get The Rock and Roman, would you agree
we're
that
not getting Rock and Roman this year, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
But if not even that, I mean, because again, like to wait till they're 2023 when they're back in Hollywood.
I don't think you wait to Hollywood, but I think you have to wait till next year. I don't. Why does it have to be in Hollywood? Why do people say?
Well, everybody, because they make it seem like The Rock will only show up at WrestleManias if it's in Florida.
The Rock has a private jet. He'll go anywhere he wants.
And if he doesn't want to use his jet, Vince will make a let him use his jet.
You know what I mean? One of the 5 jets.
But I was gonna say, if we don't manage to get it, I mean, would you be interested to see Roman versus Samoa Joe?
Yeah, but we know that's not happening.
Well, I was thinking the only way that I could see it happening is if him and Joe did some business together. Like, say he got tired of waiting on Edge, right?
I don't see them putting skyrocketing Samoa Joe from the commentator say with the main event in WrestleMania.
No, I'm not. At this point, I'm just saying just the match period.
Yeah, I would love to see the match, but something's wrong with Joe. Right? Why isn't he in the
I don't know.
He's one of the greatest workers, one of the greatest talkers.
From what I hear, he's been ready to go, but they've kind of just, it's almost like they forgot. You know what I mean? But
I don't know how you can forget about a guy that's on your ear for 3 hours every week.
But they got the guy that's always talking like this, Tom. Yeah. But they got this whole thing with Edge and Roman. Roman's getting mad. He ain't with the waiting game. I could see Roman trying to storm out to Raw because he does what he wants, trying to get an answer out of Edge, and I could see for whatever reason him and Samoa Joe have some words with each other because he's outside and Samoa's on the announce table. I could just see him look what they did to you, you ain't even a savage no more.
They domesticated you.
Yeah, I was gonna say they domesticated you. They put a collar on you. You ain't the Samoan suplex. You know what I mean? I could see him just Roman the way he's been on fire. He could talk the right amount of shit. I could think to prompt Joe to slowly get off that table and slowly transition him towards getting, back into the ring status.
I'm sure Joe wants to go, but the company for some reason doesn't believe in him. Else he would have gone right now, right? Wouldn't you love to see Samoa Joe pop up in the Royal Rumble?
I mean, they even if just for that one, I mean, even if he wasn't going to, I mean, it would have been great. Mm-hmm. I mean, was he an alternate, Do you know? I know you and Vinnie Mac like this sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur minds, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think? What do you think is going to be the main event of WrestleMania?
I couldn't call it. I mean, because I didn't expect that they were going to have 2 chamber matches. Usually they only have.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
They usually have 1.
What's the point of 2 chamber matches?
I mean, they've had more than 1 in the past. But
they stepped away from that for about 5 years now.
Well, they had 1 per show.
Yeah.
But then they started only doing 1 per show because Brock was champ and he wasn't defending that shit. Wasn't getting in that ring. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Brock wasn't doing the Elimination Chamber. So I remember that they kind of toned it down around then. But I do remember that they did the tag team championship once in Eliminate, which it's a good concept, but it was just too clunky.
It's too
you know
much,
what I mean?
Especially because you're in a confined space too.
And when you think about it, that's 12 guys.
Yeah, 12
you know
guys
what I mean?
and you're in a confined space.
Yeah. I mean, you got the 4 that start and then Yeah,
that's a lot.
But there's 2. I don't know what else they're gonna do. I imagine they're gonna have some sort of women's involvement in there with the tag titles, maybe with Bianca and Sasha. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the main event,
that leads up to WrestleMania, right?
That's the thing. It kind of threw a curveball because I was like, okay, so they're giving. I'm like, this is what's weird. It's Miz has Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. He loses it, but then gets it back. But then he doesn't have a match at Royal Rumble, but he's in the Royal Rumble match, but also still has. So he has 2 chances.
Yeah.
And then he gets thrown out, still has Money in the Bank, but then he gets put into the Elimination Chamber. And I'm like, yo, how many times you gonna give this fool? You know what I'm saying? He has all these chances. I'm like, you better win. You know what I mean? It's weird because it seemed like they were going with Drew and Sheamus.
Yeah.
But then they kind of, added 5 other guys, or 4 other guys.
Yeah. I know it was Drew and Sheamus too. I thought that's the way they were looking, but.
And then, I wasn't mad how they did the qualifications for the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown last night, but I was really kind of, I guess, upset is the only word I could think of, or disappointed. I was like, so Roman's not going to defend? I'm like, damn, man. So it's we're just going to watch. I mean, because it's I don't, if that's how it's going to go down, Roman's not going to lose. I said
Roman's going to defend it on the spot.
That's what he said. But
that's what's going to happen.
As opposed, because before he was, he said he was going to defend it in the Elimination Chamber, but now he was like, no, everyone else is going to fight for the chance to fight me immediately after.
Why would they do that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
why waste that? Why waste the
like
elimination
why?
chamber?
It's like you're gonna waste the elimination chamber when we already know what's gonna happen. I mean, like, dude,
Roman's not gonna lose it on his way to WrestleMania.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, and if he did, I don't see him losing to any of the guys that are in the match.
100%.
Maybe Daniel Bryan, but I don't really see it.
I thought Daniel Bryan was gonna win the Rumble, man.
Yeah, he was really close. I do like
himself over, man. He's just.
I do. Cesaro's been looking real good. I mean, he did just sign.
Never gonna be it.
No, but hey, but this is, you gotta admit, this is the most that we've seen him.
Yeah.
I mean, when you sign a new deal, and
maybe they made some promises, right? Maybe they made some promises.
I would think that they know he has friends in elite places that they don't want him to leave to. You know what I mean? So
Amen.
I mean, though, I don't want to see Cesaro in All Elite. He's gonna be throwing these little boys in the air and fucking beating them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just gonna, like, it's just the thing. It's like there's a certain aesthetic for AEW sometimes, and then when you look at WWE, you're like, damn, all these fools are like, it's that Undertaker thing. They were men. These are men. You know what I mean?
These are men. All fists, no flips.
If I had to pick, I would think Edge versus Roman, because Roman's been talking that shit.
Me too.
I just don't know where that leaves Drew. Yeah. Maybe a returning Brock for a rematch. I mean, I don't see him and Sheamus.
I mean, even doing Mania,
Nah, I don't. That's not a Mania matchup to me. I mean, that's just me. No knock on Sheamus.
I think that's everybody.
But
nobody looks at Sheamus like that.
Nah, I mean, and former champ, former multiple champ.
Been a long time now.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a Grand Slam champ as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
So I can't take that away from him. But WrestleMania worthy opponent? No.
No, absolutely not.
No.
I think it's gonna be Edge and
and to really zero it down, it's like, did he ever face Undertaker at Mania for the Street? No. Nope. Not once. But no, that's all I have for the week, man. I think
it was a great mini episode, man.
Man. Shout out to Brian. We'll definitely pick up next week. Probably have lots to talk about as we got Vengeance going down on Sunday. Plus, again, the road to WrestleMania keeps on building.
Keeps on trucking, man. Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, man. Keeps on getting a little interesting. The only thing is, one thing that Maclow was saying is he hopes Bianca and Sasha don't. It's not that he doesn't want them to have a program, but we just know that if they do, that Bianca's going to outshine Sasha on the mic, because she already kind of.
What's wrong with young star getting no shine?
Ain't nothing wrong with it for me.
Up, that's on Sasha.
I think he was thinking it was going to expose Sasha's promo a little bit. You know what I mean? So
you got to
protect the queen. It's Black History Month. Goddamn it, we gotta raise him up. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Sasha Banks is like really pretty?
I think she's attractive.
I don't think she's attractive. Not at
all. I wouldn't like. If I walked by her, would I break my neck to see her? Yeah. But I've seen other girls that look like her too.
Man. I think she looks like a frog. I think she looks weird. But that's me. What do I know? I don't know anything. But I see.
You mean like Kermit the Frog? You're saying she looks like you saying she looked like a Muppet?
She looks a little strange, man. But that's just me. I just see all these dudes.
Hey, you gotta watch out, bro. You saw what happened to Sam. You saw what happened to Sammy Guevara. You can't be talking about Sasha Banks.
Oh yeah. Get myself in trouble, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying she doesn't.
Black Twitter gonna get your ass.
I don't think she looks that good.
They're gonna show up at the tattoo series like, oh, that's him right there. What's poppin'?
Yeah, it was. I just think she's. I don't know. I see these people fanboying out on Instagram about how beautiful she is, and I just think she's
I think what it is because she has that nerd side to her too, so that all of that.
So it gives them hope, dude.
Yeah.
The fact that she's not.
Hey man,
her husband's like the luckiest man alive.
I've seen.
That guy?
I've seen a million of those guys.
That's unbelievable, man.
I've seen 100 of those guys before, and then I'm like, oh.
It's crazy.
I missed it. I missed my comp. No.
Yeah.
Nah, but did you get a chance to check out Seth Rollins returning?
No, I didn't. I heard good things about it though. You didn't like it?
He came back to his old music. Had the whole burn it down thing.
Yeah.
He had a black suit with a red tie, but he brings up he started off like he was like, there was a change in me, and obviously fatherhood just hit me. So he brings up the baby, wow. And he's saying that it changed him for the better. He had a changed perspective. And then he goes right back into the whole, I need to be the leader of SmackDown for the greater good. I'm like, God damn it. Like, why Why? Why?
Hey, at least you didn't have Dominic Mysterio jump in the ring and start fighting him, man. Just
Well,
consider that a win.
Yeah, everybody. He called everyone to the ring.
Yeah,
put them all over and just.
That's what I don't like. So if I'm a wrestler backstage and they say, "Hey, Seth wants us to go to the ring," I would say, "Why would I go? Why?" That's what a gay.
Am I getting paid? Am I getting paid for this segment?
Yeah, but like if management tells me, "Hey, we need everybody alongside the ring," I understand that.
Yeah, like we need bodies. Yeah.
With kayfabe, if kayfabe, and I don't know anything about the business of wrestling, I'm just watching this.
If
why
my
would
character
I come out
is their own man, right?
Yeah, why would someone say, "Hey, Seth would stop us"? Okay, I'll go. I wouldn't go out there. Yeah, that stuff bothers me. But again, wrestling's for kids, man. So what do I
know? I wish they would work on ironing out just the super small details a little bit.
Yeah,
just
such a big company, you would think so, man.
Yeah, but that's all I got to say about that. So. But yeah, man, it's been the Flow Show. Again, don't forget to follow us. That's Flow Wrestling Show and also Flow Wrestling Pod on Twitter. You can also check us out every week. We're going to drop a new episode on YouTube, but also the Young Baca Productions Podcast Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's been getting a little bit easy. It just rolls right off the tongue now, Baca. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my YPB tattoo. So I'm
number 36, man.
I'll be like in the Dark Order.
Yeah.
The Dark Order, the Young Baca Dark Order. But yeah, man, until next time, everybody else, we'll see you for the Love of Wrestling. Peace.